And hello, everyone. Welcome to WD Carousel Podcast. My name's Ian.
And I'm Crystal.
And we're going to do some park stuff again because we haven't done that in a little bit, and I'm excited to jump back in and try something different with it. And
yeah.
But
we wanted to let you know that this episode is being sponsored. It is by Sea Witch Adventures. If you are looking to go to a Disney park or have a Disney vacation, go and check her out. She does free Disney planning and can help you make sure that everything's all taken care of. She's amazing. Just go check her out.
Yes, you can follow her on Sea Witch Adventures on Instagram at seawitch.adventures to find out more.
Yeah. And on that note, let's get to park stuff.
Yes.
This topic started because my mother, who doesn't listen to this podcast,
Good.
was like,
sorry, Lori.
Why do you always go down to Disney? How many times can you sit on It's a Small World? And I'm like, Mom, there's so many other things to do at Walt Disney World than just go to the parks.
Yes.
So that is our episode for today. We have a huge list of all the different things that you can do outside of the theme park.
There are so many things on our list that I feel like this is going to feel like more of a table of contents, and we'll hit some of these later in a full episode. Is kind of what it feels like to me.
And now also beware that this is not the full list of everything.
By no means is this exhaustive.
I'm sure there's more. Yeah. But these are just the almost 40 that I came up with on the fly this afternoon.
Yes.
You're welcome.
You are so welcome.
So, do you want to just go back and forth?
Yeah, why not? Do you want me to start or you want to start?
You can go.
I will both have, I'm sure you'll have lots to say because you wrote most of these. So anyway, here we go.
Are you ready?
Are you
grab your drink?
Everyone else ready? Just grab your drink and settle in. If you're driving, hopefully it's non-alcoholic. So the first thing on here is the Monorail Crawl, or a Monorail Crawl. It's up to you how you want to handle that.
So riding the monorail could be a thing, as well as, going bar hopping through the monorail, hence the Monorail Crawl. Or I've seen people do that as a restaurant crawl.
Oh, sure.
But that can get really pricey. Of course, the drinks aren't cheap either, but it might be an option for you. This
is sort of like the resort loop situation?
Yes.
So you go through, if you're not...
Yeah, take it to Epcot and then just come back. That's the Monorail Crawl.
So if you're not familiar with the way the monorail functions, you've got it links the Magic Kingdom, the Transportation Center, and
there are 3 monorail lines.
Right.
There is the one that goes from the Ticket and Transportation Center to Epcot. There is the one that goes from the Ticket and Transportation Center to Magic
Kingdom. Right.
And then there's the one that hits the 3 resorts as well as Magic Kingdom and the TTP. So then you have the Polynesian,
the Contemporary,
and the Grand Floridian.
Yep.
So a lot of people do what they call crawls. Instead of bar crawls, they do a monorail crawl.
So you just have your drinks.
It's a designated driver for you.
It is kind of nice. It's just the most expensive designated driver system ever built.
Hey, the monorail's free.
Now, I'm not talking about you. The monorail itself is very expensive to build. The most expensive method of transportation in the world. It's insane. Anyway,
and they're refurbing it.
I know. It's crazy.
We're getting off topic.
We
have a lot of these to get through.
That's a different episode.
Okay,
we will
next
get there.
one. Archery lessons at Fort Wilderness. You can teach your kids how to shoot bows and arrows.
Wow, that sounds dangerous.
Yes, it's Disney.
All right, fair enough. Then you can also get carriage rides at Fort Wilderness and Port Orleans. Is it French Quarter or Riverside?
I've seen them at French Quarter, though most of the places say Riverside, so perhaps both.
Fair enough.
Okay. Parasailing at the Contemporary.
I've seen videos of that. It looks both exciting and terrifying.
And water skiing should be in there, too.
Fair enough. Okay, so that's
water sports.
Water sports.
Those are sports, right?
Yes. Sure, let's go with it. The Electrical Water Pageant, which I have actually seen once accidentally. It's on the Seven Seas Lagoon, and we saw it when we were on the boat that goes from Magic Kingdom to the Ticket and Transportation Center, the big riverboat things. And we were just like,
ferry boat.
Ferry, thank you. What is going through the water here? There's this crazy collection of like colored float
neon
thingies.
floats.
Yeah, it was totally bizarre, and it's electrical water pageant. I had no idea it even existed.
And it's free.
Yes.
You can just go out to Seven Seas Lagoon, which, again, that's on the monorail loop, so you could just sit on one of the beaches and watch the electrical water pageant.
Yes.
Happily Ever After from the Poly as well is another one that's free. Technically, this is kind of a park one, but you're not actually going in and paying for the park. You get to see the fireworks from the beach at the Polynesian.
Getting off on technicality there.
Yeah.
Can you just like get a drink and sit on the beach? Like how's that
Sure,
work?
I don't care.
Love it. Okay.
We love our drinks here.
Of course we do. Watching movie Down to the Stars, and there's a number of resorts where you can do that. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of
all
them do. Just check your resort guides, and they change up the movies every night, so you can go check out a new resort and a new movie every night.
Cool.
Swim at your resort pool. If you're staying on property, there's probably a pool there. Though, not the new Grand Destino Tower. That does not have a pool.
But that's...
Designated pool. But that's part of Coronado Springs, so technically that one. Pool. But still, there's not a separate pool for that one.
Another thing to note there is you can't swim at other people's pools.
Yes, you can only swim at your resort pool.
They're sticklers about that. Mm-hmm. Oh, and mini golf.
Yes, there are 2 mini golf courses.
Where are they?
They are next to the water parks.
Oh, in both cases, there's one next to each water park?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool.
One of them is Fantasia themed. Another one is Santa themed. But like, there's 2 mini parks in that one. There's like Santa in Winterland and then Santa on summer vacation, and so you can do either one of those. So those are fun too.
Nice.
A hidden Mickey hunt. Those are at a number of different resorts, and I know that Wilderness Lodge has an official one with like a piece of paper that you can walk around where it gives clues and stuff. I think other resorts do that as well, but check it out. It's a easy way to waste an afternoon.
Yeah, I love a good hidden Mickey hunt. They're my absolute favorite.
As well as there's books you can get about the hidden Mickeys around, and you could spend an afternoon looking at those and all that.
I may or may not have one. Anyway, moving on. Water parks. Obviously, there are 2 main water parks at Disney. They're very large, and you do have to pay for them. They are their own
But they are
sort
not
of
a theme park.
They are not a theme park. They are a water park. Technicalities, once again.
That's okay.
Yeah.
The next one, Disney Springs. This is a huge guy because obviously there is shopping, there's live entertainment, people are singing all the time just around there. You can just go explore. It's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, and there's other things we'll probably go on about that at some point. We've talked about Disney Springs.
Yes, we do have an episode
about Disney Springs, but less about exactly what's there now, but that's something that we could talk about later. So then there is a Surry bike rental, like those covered ones.
Yes, with the two seats right next to each other and the basket.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and then you can get those at Boardwalk. You might be able to, they used to be able to get those at Port Orleans, I think.
As well as I could see you also doing that at Fort Wilderness.
That also makes sense.
With Tri-Circle D Ranch.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. But for sure at Boardwalk and probably those others. But anyway, yes.
And while we're talking about it, explore the Boardwalk.
Yes.
Boardwalk is, think of it as a mini Disney Springs. It has entertainment. It has shopping. It has lots of different stuff, food. And so just check it out.
Horrible secret. I have never been to it. I know. Okay. I've never been on the Boardwalk. Anyway, that's something I'll change. Anyway. Is it me now? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. So next we've got Campfire Sing-Alongs with Chip and Dale, which I absolutely have a very vague memory of it because my parents took me when I was very, very young, and we were staying at Wilderness Lodge, and we had to go take the boat to Fort Wilderness and did that whole thing.
I don't know why you added in other resorts for that one, but yeah, that's only at the Fort Wilderness.
Okay, only at Fort Wilderness. I don't know what happened. I was going very fast.
We were doing this
today. Doesn't matter. Anyway,
just a little bit of time.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Free resort tours. So you can go and have a free resort tour, learn the history of the resort. I know Animal Kingdom Lodge does it. I know that Old Key West does it. Wilderness Lodge does it. I don't know what BW is. You put BW, is that Boardwalk?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember Boardwalk doing it, but hey, they might. So you don't know. This list can change.
Exciting. We'll have to take a look and see what I did to
explain.
It's pretty exciting. When I'm transcribing Crystal's notes, anything could happen. Visiting the Savannah, which the good news is there's only one place you can do that. So the Animal Kingdom Lodge is where you will see that, unless you're going to Animal Kingdom, which we're not because we're outside the parks.
But it's a place you can visit animals and see them for free without having to pay the theme park pricing.
Actually pretty good. Like it's like a zoo grade experience to go through there, and you can get dinner because dinner's amazing there, but we'll get there.
Yeah, you can go fishing.
Where?
There's a couple different places you can go fishing. Think about the Epcot resorts, the ones that are in the Yacht and Beach Club loop and all of that. Swan and Dolphin, Boardwalk, those guys, there is a connection to be able to go bass fishing there. And I think there's another theme park that offers it too. Maybe they're contemporary, but don't quote me.
Okay.
I do know that they offer water stuff, but I know for sure that you can go fishing there because I've thought about bringing my father down.
Oh, that's cool. I suppose
I'm going to take you all the way down to Disney to go fishing, Dad.
Go fishing. Worth it. You can rent a boat, and that can happen in a number of different places.
Yes, and multiple kinds of boats too. Yes. They have everything from like the little 2-seat tiny speeders that almost look like bumper boats, but they're not bumper boats. Don't run them into each other. All the way up to the big yachts that you can get for the like firework tours.
Really?
Yeah. And the like,
I want to know how much.
They can come with their own like catered food and butlers and all this other stuff. It's ridiculous. I don't have that kind of money.
Life goals.
I don't trust it. You can tour a restaurant for free at Animal Kingdom Lodge. I think it is their signature restaurant.
Is that Boma or Sanaa?
No, it's Sanaa's in Kidani Village.
Oh, Kidani Village. So it's Boma.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they do restaurant tours where you can kind of taste some of the food, see what the culture's like, what they're trying to offer there. It's free. They run it not every day, but check your resort listing guide for more info.
I've never had not their breakfast buffet there, so I don't know. I probably at some point.
No, it's Gico.
Gico. That's
correction. It's Gico.
It's Gico. Sorry, guys. It's okay. It's all good. I have never
eaten at Gico.
No. Have you eaten at Gico?
Oh, no, but they have, like, I've been drooling over, side note, I've been drooling over the Lion King special prefix menu that they're doing right now.
Oh.
They have a bone marrow appetizer with clams, and they have a bone-in ribeye steak, and just like, I'm drooling even thinking about it. And moving on to that, high-end dining.
Yeah, good segue.
At the different resorts.
Yeah.
Which does include Victoria and Albert's, the only, like, 5 diamonds, like, super-duper high. In the state of Florida.
Right.
It is the highest restaurant in the state of Florida.
And good luck getting in.
Yeah.
Again, life goals, but one day, it's a thing. And then there are actual you can just go golfing. Like, unsurprisingly, there's a number of courses.
Yes, there's a few regular golf courses there.
Okay.
On property. If you really want to go, I wouldn't bring my golf clubs all the way down. Well, they might for Florida. I mean, it's Florida. It's the retirement capital of the world.
Right.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Speaking of shuffleboard, ping pong, tennis, and all the other light activities that you can do at the resorts. The resorts normally have a few games that you can do and play that are available. So depending on what.
I can play croquet. I'm not interested. I'm kidding. I don't.
Old Key West is the old country club feel, and they have all of the old games. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they had like badminton courts there and everything too.
That's awesome. This is super off topic, but I'm just going to plow through it. A friend of mine and I went to Jekyll Island in Georgia, which I believe is very much like, it's not location-wise, it's not themed after Key West, but it's the same idea in terms of what it was. It was like all the millionaires went and had their little cottages on this island. It was like a barrier island in Georgia, and then they had the main clubhouse where everyone would like go and have dinner. And like outside when we were there, they had people playing croquet in white linen suits, and we're like.
Now, I did tell you that half of my life growing up was at these country clubs, right?
Was it?
Yes. So Classic. I'm very familiar with being bored and having the sculpted gardens and trying to figure out as a kid of like 10 what to do because shuffleboard is so boring.
All right. Well,
anyways, moving on.
It's got real o'clock. Yeah. So of course there is always horse riding, and that's only at Fort Wilderness.
Because that's where the Tri-Circle D Ranch is, where you can also obviously go meet the horses. That's where they have the horses that are in the parades and pull the carriages and do all of that. Lots of different stuff there.
Yeah. You can even meet Pegasus. I'm kidding. Pegasus is not there. Do not.
But speaking of Pegasus, character dining!
Hey!
Even though Pegasus is not an option for character dining, but there are character dining opportunities outside of the theme park. So if you want to be able to have a meal and meet some characters, entertain your kids, entertain yourself, it's an option to do so. There's lots of different places to do it.
Like Polly, and I know Polly has one. Doesn't Contemporary have one?
Yep, Flying Fish in the Boardwalk does, and a whole bunch of other places,
a lot of places too.
Fort Wilderness
Fort Wilderness has one.
Yeah,
I think Wilderness Lodge might have one, maybe sometimes. Yes. Maybe it doesn't matter. Anyway, there's a lot of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You can go see a movie at AMC, and if you time it out well, even a Disney one. I don't know. They have non-Disney movies there too. I think it's an AMC theater.
Yes, AMC is in Disney Springs, so that's why we're including it because it's technically on Disney property.
So, it's available. I'm sure it's a nice theater. I've never been in it, but I'm sure it's very nice.
Well, and they have one that it's one of those eat-in theaters too.
Oh, nice.
So you can have some food with it.
Yeah, that's nice.
And since we're back into Disney Springs, you can go bowling at Splitsville, which is right there in Disney Springs as well.
That's cool. Where is that? Is that
right across from the AMC?
Oh, yes. the redo of Disney Springs has screwed me up so bad. Anyway,
notice
cool.
I didn't put Lanuba on the list.
May it rest in peace. May it rest in peace. It's become a new thing. And then we can go see a concert at House of Blues, which I have done. Mm-hmm. That was very fun. We actually, interestingly, we didn't actually stay or go to Disney that trip. We were just there to, ironically, see Lanuba. And we had friends that were, like, in town. They're like, hey, we're also here. Well, let's go have dinner at House of Blues. So we just did. And so
and
that was one of those few times I went to Disney and, like, did something and never went to the parks.
Yeah, they have legit concerts there too, so it's not just the live music.
Yeah, it was super cool.
ESPN Sport Complex. I'm not a sports person, but I heard that that's a thing, and that's part of the Platinum Plus pass if you decide to get an annual pass. So there must be stuff there to do.
I didn't know there was anything there to do.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not helpful.
There must be something there to do. So the ESPN Sport Complex.
And piggybacking right on top of that is the NBA experience, which is over at Disney Springs. And
replaced Disney Quest.
Yes. And I kind of wish I would have seen Disney Quest before they took it down. I know it was probably sort of lame, but I want to see it.
I think it's like a big Dave & Buster's.
Is that what the idea is?
Yeah, it was an arcade.
The Disney Quest?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more themed out in a specific... Anyway, that could be a whole episode onto itself.
Anyways.
But, it was more... I feel like I would have enjoyed it more than the NBA experience, but that's my own personal issue. There's
spas around. I know there's a spa at the Grand Floridian.
Saratoga has one. There's a couple. There's one at... I feel like there's one at Wilderness. I had this memory of there one being at Wilderness, but I could be very much wrong.
Check your deluxe resorts, maybe even a moderate or so, to see if there's a spa opening available for you.
Very nice. I have, again, so I've never been to Boardwalk, so I don't know anything, but Jelly Roll's Piano Bar, I don't know anything about it, which is upsetting. So sorry.
It's a big fun time piano bar. It's where you can literally go up, pay a tip, and give them any song, and then they'll start playing. And then they have dueling pianos, and it goes back and forth, and it's a good time.
So it's a raucous good time is the idea.
Yes.
I love it.
Characters in flight, the hot air balloon. It's not actually a hot air balloon, it's a helium air balloon, but that's at Disney Springs. So if you wanted to do something different, there you go.
That thing is full of hot air, or is full of helium and not hot air?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
And it's not, and when they put you up, it's actually not like a normal hot air balloon. They have it on a leash.
Like a tether, right.
And so they have to like pull it back down.
Yep.
And they just kind of let the leash go and then pull it back down.
It's a little bit terrifying.
Very dramatic.
Very dramatic. Kids Pirate Adventure. I don't know where that takes place.
There's a couple different ones. I know that there's... I know that there's places that you can, like, slough off your kids to go on a pirate adventure. I feel like the Grand Floridian is one of them.
Sounds about right.
And, like, for a couple hours, and yes, this is an additional cost, but almost everything is. But I do know that, they have kids' pirate adventures where they go out on a boat.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
With, like, Smee.
I love that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
High tea service at the Grand Floridian. You can go ahead and have your fancy schmancy teas, and they have like the kids version of high tea, which is still super expensive, even though it's like nothing.
Disney.
But then they also have adult high tea with like caviar and everything too, which looks amazing.
That does look that sounds fun.
But it's like $200 a person.
You know what? One day. That'll be part of our Victoria and Albert's trip.
That's going to be really expensive.
I know, we're saving up now. We'll get there someday. Anyway, so resort activities in general. There was a note in there, and I don't remember what it was.
So it's things like every resort has additional activities planned. In Animal Kingdom Lodge, you can do rubbings on the big medallion for the animals, like crayon rubbings. I know that some of them, they have like, you can make a t-shirt, or you can do like fake stained glass and lots of different things. There's additional activities to be able to do at the resorts themselves. So again, check your resort guide.
Cool. I think I've seen some of those go around and stuff.
Pin trading!
Ooh.
Pin trading is something that you don't just do in the theme parks. You can do it with almost any cast member, whether it be at a resort or at a shop or at Disney Springs. In fact, some people have said that it's better pin trading at Disney Springs than it is in the park.
I know they've got a big stand or a big kind of structure there, don't they?
A big pin store.
Yeah.
At Disney Springs.
Very cool. And this one's interesting, and I think it's very expensive. But at Typhoon Lagoon, they've got their big wave pool, and you can actually, like, rent it out to do a surf lesson.
Yes, they do surf lessons. Learn to surf!
Which is interesting. It'd be kind of like, if I was in a position where I'm like, I feel comfortable enough to learn to surf, it'd be a good place to do it because they actually time it out and
controlled waves, and you're not going to hit your head on a rock
or deal with a shark attack. Not that that's like a big risk, but jellyfish, whatever. It's just like a pool, and they have just big waves in it. So that's kind of a
instructors that'll actually help you learn how to surf too. So it's not just hey, I'm gonna bring a board out there and fall off it and let it hit me in the head.
Hit in the head. No, it'll be good. It'll be good.
So there is a huge list of additional things you can do outside of going to the 4 major theme parks on your next Disney vacation. So yes, Mom, there is more things to do there than just ride It's a Small World.
Wow.
I love you.
And this is, like we said before, this is not exhaustive. This is just the stuff that us, and by us I mean Crystal, came up with today.
No, but you knew a chunk of these too.
Yes, I did.
It was just putting it in a list form.
Yes, this is fair. And then I copied and pasted it wrong, or transcribed it partially incorrectly. It's fine.
Just on the spot. It's okay.
This is how we operate. It's fine. There was a couple of like spelling errors. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's
okay.
Fine.
I didn't call you out last show on the small land.
Small land. Yeah, I saw that one too. It's fun. You know what? I'm working on this whole teleprompter thing. On that note. But anyway, so if you have any interest in some of these that you want to have like a deeper dive on, I think that'd be kind of fun. We could kind of dive into some of these as maybe a more in-depth episode. If some of these are pretty big, so something kind of interesting, if something tickles your fancy.
Or if you want us to just post the list somewhere.
Oh, that's true. We could do that too.
Let us know. Because we ran through them pretty dang quick here.
We sure did. And
so, I don't expect you to remember more than 5 of them.
In fact, that's your quiz. Just come back and give us 5 after you're done.
5.
Yeah.
I want 5.
Yes. All right.
So thank you so much for listening and for watching. My name's Crystal.
And I'm Ian.
This has been WD Carousel Podcast, and we hope you have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Just a dream away.